Sega.
In the name of the Emperor, finish this! High ground, we'll gain the advantage! Continue the assault! Reinforcements are coming! The monolith! We destroy that and this is over! Charge!
The planet Cronus. Beset on all sides by the tides of war, this once quiet colony became a savage battlefield. 7 armies clashed on this one world, each refusing to back down. Each convinced it was in the right. From beneath the sands of Cronus' central desert came the Necrons, ancient machines bent on eradicating all life. But another evil already had its eyes on the planet. From the depths of the warp, the demonic forces of chaos arrived to enforce their claim. To oppose these fearsome powers, the planet's rulers in the Tau Empire sent their elite soldiers and sophisticated battlesuits into the fray. From the mighty Imperium of Man came the Imperial Guard, there to secure Cronus for the glory of the God Emperor. Like a green tide, the Orc Horde descended on Cronus, caring little for others' claims and sowing destruction in its wake. The Eldar, ancient enemies of the Necrons, emerged from their webway to pursue their own agenda on Cronus. And last came the Space Marines, finest and most uncompromising of the Imperium's soldiers. Seeing a world beset by aliens and heretics, they undertook a great purge. A dark crusade had begun. It could only end with the total victory of one of these factions, and the total defeat of all others. The Space Marines of the Blood Ravens chapter arrived on Cronus like the mailed fist of the Emperor. Acting under orders from his chapter master and chief librarian, young brother Captain Davian Thule ordered the Blood Ravens to carry out a thorough purge of this world. The chapter master had told Thule that ancient relics of the chapter were hidden on Cronus, artifacts from the mysterious early years of the Blood Ravens. These sacred items could not be allowed to fall into alien hands. Captain Thule ordered the withdrawal of the Imperial Guard forces stationed in Victory Bay. But Governor Alexander flatly refused to pull his men back. Thule judged the governor a good man, but had little choice but to send his Space Marines to battle the governor's troops, along with all the other powers on Cronus. The Blood Ravens' willingness to fight soldiers of the Imperium did not go unnoticed. Whispers began that the relics on Cronus were more damning than holy. Only the war's victors would be left to decide the truth of the matter. For much of the Dark Crusade, great fleets plied the orbital lanes above the battlefields of Cronus, using their firepower to ground long-range flights. Guardsmen and heretic alike had to fight meter by bloody meter, with great battle fleets exchanging fire across the skies. Trench warfare seemed an immutable fact of life for commanders on the ground. All this changed with the Battle of Pavonis. This spaceport featured an ancient Adeptus Mechanicus tracking system merged with the alien technologies of the Tau Aircast. This system was sensitive enough to plot courses that avoided orbital fire, making strikes deep into enemy territory possible. A tech priest had discovered this technological marvel and left his servitors to examine it in detail. Whichever force was able to recover these bionic servants would gain control of the station and be able to launch strikes across Cronus.
Praise the Emperor. One of the tech priest's servitors. Bring it to our stronghold.
Position secure.
I await your instructions.
Well done, brothers. We've safely recovered a servitor. We will need more to bring the spaceport back
I
online.
will do as you ask.
Take heed,
Taking
brothers.
damage.
The enemy is gathering servitors as well.
Scouts in position.
For the Emperor!
Taking damage.
Space Marines, attack! One of the tech priest's servitors. Bring it to our stronghold. Well done, brothers. We've safely recovered a servitor. We will need more to bring the spaceport back online. The Emperor is with us, brothers.
The enemy
Victory
is
is
attacking.
ours.
The full extent of the Necron presence on Cronus did not become clear until those opposing them launched raids into the catacombs under the Thur Abyss Plateau. The first Necron massacres on the planet had occurred there, and their enemies expected to find some sort of alien bastion. Instead, they found an entryway into the underworld. Garbled reports from doomed scouts sent into the cavernous passageways revealed a network of catacombs honeycombing the entire plateau. Some of these now stood hollowed out, while others served as staging grounds for Necron forces. Worst of all, however, were the deeper tunnels, where row upon row of Necrons still stood, slowly waking to join their lord's global genocide. The attackers settled on a dangerous gambit. A strike force would enter the catacombs and plant a massive explosive device deep in the main cavern. An explosion there would collapse the entire network, crushing or sealing off the legions of still dormant Necrons and shattering those already risen. It remained to be seen if anyone could deliver this device, much less escape in time to continue the fight across Cronus.
Fall back and regroup!
Lucky creatures. At long last you have found the tranquility of death. I was like you once, clinging to life and blind to the truth. When I uncovered the truth, I too shuddered and paled with fear. Deep in these catacombs, I was remade. Here, my brethren slumbered for eons, while the living grew like weeds. My lord knew this day would come. He had plans for us all. We would purge this world once more. So come, poor victims of life. We will grant you tranquility in these crypts. Cronus will be a tomb world once more.
Captain, the Tech Marines report that the plasma bomb is ready.
Thank you, brother. We must now deliver it into the belly of these alien catacombs and bring the sky crashing down upon these Necrons.
Though it may cost our lives, we will not fail the chapter.
We fail if we give our lives needlessly, brother. To die in the chapter's service is praiseworthy, but not if it leaves us without the means to fight the battles to come.
Your leadership is our most valuable resource, Captain. You above all must survive to continue the campaign.
And so I will, brother.
Captain, our sensors are picking up unknown energy readings from these points.
We'll have to find out what's there. I don't want any surprises on the way out, Sergeant.
You have penetrated but the very surface of our catacombs. More and more of us rise from the depths with every passing moment.
Yes, my lord. To the rally point!
The energies are coming from that alien artifact. It must be some form of weapon. Destroy it before they can target our men.
Are deathless interlopers. Under the shadow of the beacon of unlife, the fallen rise again.
These particular catacombs seem devoid of Necron defenders. If we can find a second access point, perhaps we can use them to our advantage. Necron monoliths. Brothers, destroy these Xeno abominations before they rise to attack us!
There is
Another
no such
Necron
thing as
artifact.
innocence.
Destroy
Only
it!
degrees of
Darkness
guilt.
veils your eyes and dulls
We
your
are the Emperor's
senses.
chosen.
Before the beacon of
I
the
stand
deceiver, we are
Ever
like
vigilant.
deadly shadows.
We await your command. Enemy is
Your
attacking.
sight.
Another Necron artifact. Destroy it!
Time itself bends to the will of the Catan fools. Come before the chronometron beacon and be frozen into the stillness of death.
Taking damage.
Another Necron artifact. Destroy it!
All
Taking
machines
damage.
serve the Catan in the end. Bring your vehicles
Charge.
before the beacon of the Void Dragon and watch as they turn against you.
Excellent. Another access to the emptied catacombs. We can move troops through here with ease.
Damage.
Brothers, the plasma bomb is planted. We make for the surface.
escaping. My lord, the living have...
The final assault against the Necrons in the catacombs under the Thur Abyss Plateau became the thing of legend among the Bloodravens. Descending into that sepulchral underworld, the Battle Brothers must have felt cut off from the Emperor's light altogether. Nevertheless, they fought with all the courage and steel of the Imperium's finest, bringing holy fire to the enemies of all life. Those brothers who emerged from that charnel underworld marked their armors with a small elongated skull, emblematic of their fallen Necron foes. The chapter's second company, which contributed most of the forces sent into Thur Abyss, would add the Necron skull to its heraldry and adopt the motto, "Victory over Death." In a foul shrine in the Deimos Peninsula, lost souls summoned the Black Apostle Eliphas to Cronus. There, the Word-Bearers raised their black temples and launched their assault on the world. Eldritch energies split the earth with abyssal fissures and remade the lush jungles into a nightmare landscape, pulsing with ruinous energies. A master demagogue, Eliphas made an advantage of the fractious nature of those bent to chaos. Instead of relying on a unified defense, he allowed his champions and cult leaders to establish their own satellite temples where they could pursue their own dark rituals. Any attacker who hoped to defeat the Word-Bearers would have to run a bloody gauntlet of heretics, including some of the Legion's most veteran Chaos Space Marines. Indeed, killing the heretics on Cronus was pointless so long as the Great War Portal and Eliphas's Bastion remained open. The dark spells of the sorcerers Amphion and Zathus maintained this massive rend in the fabric of creation, granting Eliphas endless reinforcements. So long as the Deimos portal remained open, there could be no victory on Cronus.
With the 37 keys of Tzeentch, we open the way for our brothers. With the 1,000 whispers of Slaanesh, we call to them. With the 12 plagues of Nurgle, we fell their enemies. And with the mighty axe of Khorne, we cut open the world for them.
Yes. Come forth to bear the word of chaos. Hear my warnings, unbelievers. Carried to your minds by the power of the Prince of Excess himself. We have raised altars in this land, so that we may sacrifice you to our gods. Veterans of 10 millennia of unholy war wait to grind you beneath the treads of their mighty boots. The chosen of Khorne hunger to add you to their bloody tally. The Blood God himself has marked this land and will claim your skulls for his throne. There is no hope in opposing the inevitable. Put down your arms, unbelievers, and bow before the forces of chaos undivided. Welcome,
To me,
Captain.
brothers.
Have you seen the truth at last?
I won't listen to your lies, heretic.
Then I won't lie to you, brother. You've been lied to enough. The legions of chaos are without end, intruder. You cannot prevail here.
We await your command.
See the fate of my crusaders. They will cleanse you of your disbelief. Our fates are all written in the warp. And
The enemy is
yours
attacking.
death.
At your command. Ancient ruins, Captain. There are traitors all over it.
Purge them! We must recover
At
those
your
relics!
command. At your command. Taking damage. Awaiting
Kill or
orders.
be killed. It is all a service
We
to
are the
chaos.
Emperor's chosen. My brothers.
Chaos, my lord. The faithful here are not strong enough.
It is a poor shepherd who blames his flock apostle. This failure is yours and yours alone.
No, I will not go to the Basilica of Torments again.
Fear not, apostle. The basilica is reserved for those who may redeem themselves.
No. No!
You will have no such chance.
The Blood Raven's assault on the Black Temples of the Deimos Peninsula replayed the tragic battles of the Horus Heresy. Once again, Space Marine fought Space Marine. One side holding true to the Emperor's light, the other fallen into blackest heresy. The Blood Ravens faced this battle with zeal, anxious to bring down those who had betrayed all they stood for. In the end, the Blood Ravens weathered the assault of demons and traitors alike, closing the warp gate that was feeding the heretical army, and bringing down the fiendish Black Apostle who led it. As for the desecrated temples and foul shrines that dotted the landscape, the librarians of the chapter cataloged and recorded all their contents. They then undertook the safe transport of these black artifacts to their librarium, where they could be safely destroyed. When the tide of war turned against the Tau, they faced attack in their stronghold in the city of Asharis, renamed Tashin by the aliens. The aliens were well entrenched, however, and ready to mount a vigorous defense. Shas Okais, the Tau military leader, made his headquarters in a mighty citadel in the city's center, forcing attackers to wend their way through the tight city streets, exposed to sniper fire and ambushes. Outlying bases in different quarters of the city supported his strategy, with Kroot warriors and powerful armored units harassing attackers even further. The Tau's only strategic vulnerability was Unity Plaza, the city's main public space. A sophisticated communications tower there could potentially be used by an attacker to expose the stealth units positioned across the city. Okais knew, however, that his attacker's ultimate objective would be assassination, not conquest. Onel Shiorez, a member of the mysterious ethereal caste, led the Tau forces from the citadel in Tashin. Were he to die, Tau forces would crumble. But as long as the ethereal lived, the Tau would defend Tashin against all comers.
Okais, are the troops ready?
Yes, Ornell. The Earthcast is completing construction of the Montkar command post. Our armored units are ready to deliver the killing blow.
And our Kroot allies?
Also ready, Onel. The Kayun command post in the city's Kroot quarter is prepared, and the Shapers have readied the finest of their warriors. Stealth teams are taking position across the city, ready to strike where the enemy is weak. Strike teams of fire warriors and Kroot packs will defend the streets and meet the enemy head on.
Excellent, Commander. Patch me through to the troops, please.
Soldiers of the Firecast, Kroot and Vespid allies, today we stand as a bulwark against the selfish, the soulless, and the mad. Today, we must drive back our enemies from our city and from our world. Today, more than ever before, we fight for the greater good, and we will triumph!
Claim it in the name of the Emperor.
The Emperor's finest.
Your Emperor does not rule here, human.
Yes, my
The
lord.
Emperor rules all alien. You'll learn that soon enough.
You have nothing to teach me, Zealot.
Command posts, report.
Montcar command post online, Shazo. Crisis suits ready for combat.
The Kayun post is safe in the Kroot quarter.
Build routine
We will defend it,
721
Commander.
Initiated.
Excellent. Send strike teams at the enemy, but protect
Commander.
your positions. Strike teams, choose your targets
heavy fire.
and attack.
Under fire. Area secure.
Strike teams Delta and Gamma, go. And good hunting.
Brothers, we have located their communications tower. Take it for the chapter!
Strike teams, deploy to Unity Plaza. Defend that tower. The enemy has taken the Unity Plaza communications array. Team Sigma, they are targeting the array to disrupt your stealth fields. Fall back.
Under fire.
The enemy has overwhelmed us. The Montcar command post has fallen.
Take heart, fire warriors. The greater good shall prevail.
Team leaders, engage the enemy.
They're in the quarter. The Kayun command post is gone.
Do not surrender to despair. We have many forces left yet.
The enemy's remain.
They are inside the Citadel. Crisis suits, attack.
Target spotted! Eliminate that Xeno, brothers!
Your murderous ways condemn you to barbarity, Space Marine.
Fire warriors, beat these humans back. Protect Onel at all costs.
Regrouping.
All crisis teams, engage the enemy. Crisis Team Theta, attack. Cut them down.
All is lost.
Onel is dead. We cannot win.
Fall back, now! All forces, fall back. Evacuate the city. will return, Arnel, to Tau for burial. There is nothing left for us here.
During the earlier Damocles Gulf Crusade, the Tau Empire had repelled the Nova Marines who landed on Cronus. In their assault on Asharis, the Blood Ravens more than avenged the Nova Marines' defeat. Much as the Third Company had during the Battle of Magna Bonum on Tartarus, the Blood Ravens' Fourth Company fought its way through the streets of Asharis, one block at a time, pushing back at the Tau Fire Warriors and Kroot Carnivores with steely determination. The Tau commander, Kais, did manage, however, to cheat the Blood Ravens of one prize, namely, the body of the ethereal She-Horez, which would undoubtedly have ended up understudy in the Chapter Librarium and Apothecarion. As it was, Apothecary Gordian spent many days collecting the alien blood samples left behind when the Tau withdrew with the corpse of their slain ethereal. Eldar rely on stealth and trickery where others trust in direct force and valor. An ancient and debased people, the aliens only sully their hands in battle when they have no choice. When the Eldar's enemies at last tracked down their hidden base of operations in Tyria, the far-seer Taldir turned to a strategy of trickery. In this, she followed the ways of her ancient and deceitful race. Her forces were centered on a great reinforced hill in a remote, frozen area with very limited access. To cut off these access points, the far-seer lured Cat's Paws to Tyria. Orcs, dissatisfied with the war of Warlord Gorguts, followed advice whispered by Taldir's warlocks and camped right where they could screen the Eldar from attackers. The Eldar, nevertheless, built a substantial force of their own. Advanced webway gates allowed them to ferry troops from the Wraith ship hiding behind a holofield somewhere in the Cronus system. But these same gates were the Eldar's great weakness. If attackers could take and hold them, Taldir would be cut off from reinforcements and any hope of escape. Alone and outnumbered, the Eldar would be caught in their own trap.
All is prepared.
Excellent. Exarch Racanis, take your warp spiders to their positions and then return to the Aspect Shrine.
We are on our way.
You have doubts, Harlequin?
I trust in your vision, Taldir of Oathway, but to stand surrounded by primitives makes me uneasy.
I understand your distaste, but Eldar rely on speed and stealth. We are not made for entrenched positions. The Orcs, however, make for excellent tools. They will keep the supply roads closed and our true enemies weak.
And if these attackers defeat the Orcs?
I do not doubt they will overcome our Cat's Paws, but it will cost them. And in their weakened state, they will face the Wailing Doom itself. The Seer Council has named the young king. Exarch Racanis of the Warp Spider Shrine shall sacrifice himself to awaken our most powerful warrior, the Avatar of Cain.
None shall escape my wrath.
Captain, we have discovered an
Taking
Elder
command.
forward encampment. The Farseer herself is there.
In such an exposed location. With any luck, we may be able to eliminate the alien in one stroke. Walk softly.
There's more than
Well,
just
the
puny
enemies of the
elders
Emperor
here.
still
We
drop
was
breath.
right
There
to
can
split
be
off
no
from
peace.
Golgot's lot. We're gonna have us a proper war right here. War! We should use the squiggles on them. No, leave them be. The squiggles ain't trained yet. I don't want to get stuck scraping bits of you off of their feet.
Build routine 721 initiated.
Return to the main base. Let our enemies fight amongst themselves.
Got them! Got them all!
Fast strike in and out.
What would you have me do? The Eldar Witch is in league with Chaos. Strike quickly!
You are as deluded as that fool Eliphas, Captain Thule. I will kill you first, and then scourge any Eldar I can find.
The Bastion remains strong, Farseer, but the webway gates to your Wraith ship are vulnerable.
Our course is clear then. Protect the gates at all costs. Without them, we may never escape this world. We must drive the attackers back.
Captain, the main Xeno encampment is at the top of the hill north of here.
Excellent. We will wipe them out. The Eldar have prepared an escape, as is their cowardly nature. 3 great webway gates stand near their base. But if we can capture them, we can trap them here once and for all.
Excellent news, Captain. By clearing the Chaos-held territory, we have linked up with the armored column from 4th Company.
Bloody old god trick me.
Terminators ready.
More of 4th Company's armor was isolated in the mountains, beyond the Oaks encampment. They too have joined the fight.
It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself. I am the instrument of his will.
Captain, we stand ready.
The enemy has taken a webway gate. Drive them back.
At your disposal.
The Wraithbone will never answer your call, outsider. Retreat
On alert,
now!
brothers. The enemy must be nearby.
Close to us now. We are trapped on this world. The Avatar of Cain has fallen. Go, all of you. Find what refuge you can in the wilderness of this world.
Escape is still possible, Farseer.
I do not deserve that title, Harlequin. My vision has failed us all. My fate is here, and I shall not flee from it.
The Blood Ravens had suffered Eldar trickery on Tartarus and Rahe's paradise not long before their arrival on Cronus. In Tyria, they avenged their fallen battle brothers with alien blood. By sealing the Eldar Farseer Taldir's webway portals, they blocked any possibility of her escape. What followed was a careful hunt for every last alien in Tyria, culminating in the death of Taldir herself. The chapter's librarians, for their part, spent much of the aftermath of the battle studying the remains of the fearsome demon summoned up by the Eldar. This so-called avatar of Cain, the savage incarnation of a blasphemous alien god, crumbled into inert matter at the battle's apex. Epistolary Antaeus, senior librarian on Cronus, made sure that each piece was collected, catalogued, and shipped back to the chapter librarium. In later years, this would cause the Blood Ravens no small amount of trouble. Those opposing Warlord Gorgut's headhunters Green Tide faced the same challenge the Tau had faced on Cronus for generations. Pushing the orcs back from the deserts and cities was one thing, but dislodging them from the jungle was another altogether. Even the legendary Tau leader, Commander Farsight, had failed to purge the orc-infested swamps of the Green Coast. Still, a complete purge wasn't necessary to break Gorguts. The warlord had cobbled together his great horde, or Wa, in the parlance of the alien, from a large number of fractious clans and tribes. So long as the warlord led the Wa to victory, their clan's loyalty was assured. But with enemies assailing them in their very homes, discontent reared its head among the orcs. Secondary chieftains wondered if they might not make better warlords than Gorguts. With these fissures in the Wa widening, the orcs' enemies struck. They drove deep into the Green Coast, hoping to eliminate Gorguts himself and plunge the horde into infighting and rebellion. For Warlord Gorguts, the only solution was to crush the attackers under unrelenting waves of orc warriors.
You think you can sneak about without me boys seeing ya? You think you can come for me, Ed?
Orcs is never beaten in battle.
Shut it, you grot! The rest of them are coming and we got to be ready. Tell the boys there's some killing to do. I made them big banners to remind the clans that they better keep their boys in line. I don't want no squigheads looking to fight me when the enemy's right here.
Gorguts is the war boss. Got it, you mudsuckers? This here voicey box let him talk to you. So open your ears.
Listen up, you grots and squids. They's coming for us like we some kind of human kits, but we ain't. We's the orcs, and this here is gonna be one great fight. So get your choppers and your shooters ready, boys, cause there's some killing to do. Head Crushers, you ready? Foot stompers, you squiggles and such ready? Burner boys, you wanna fight? Rocket Rangers, you in it or what? And what about you, Quick Mix? You gonna let these other runts get all the good fighting done? That's right, we gonna crush them all! ones now. Hope ye ain't too attached to your heads.
Yell and gnash all you want, alien. The Blood Ravens are here to finish you off.
But heal me with some spirit. Your head's gonna be mine.
You'll meet my bolter first, filth.
I like the way you think, Yumi. This is gonna be fun. You're in for the fight of your life. And the last one, too. Head crushers, he's coming for ya. Come here so's I can kill ya! That's it, boys! Give them the pointy ends!
Gorguts let him take the Mar of Gork! He ain't no boss! Get him!
Yes, Lord.
Taking hits!
Build routine 721 initiated.
Gorguts ain't so tough! Get him!
Ain't no grot lover's gonna leave me war! Chop them up, boys!
Boss! The Rocket Rangers is rebelling!
I can see that, you squig farmer! Shut your yap and get back to killing!
But killing who, boss? Told you the boss wasn't so tough. He can't even protect his own banner. Bet your Gorguts ain't so tough neither. Yeah, let's find out.
Chop 'em up, boys! But bring me heads!
Gorguts' big banner got blown up. Gorguts is a grot herder, that one. I should be boss. No way. I's the boss now.
You burner boy kits! They's right there! Get a burning! Get at 'em, boys! They break real good!
With all due haste.
Big banners burn good, don't they? That was the boss's big banner you get! Nah, big boss banners burn real good!
An open mind is
The big banner is gone! The big banner is gone! I'm the boss now, so shut it! Head crushers! We's on our own now!
counsel belies your years.
Here they comes! Quick, men, blast 'em good! The squiggers loose! Clear out, boys!
Oh, no!
Here they come, foot stompers! Keep the trainer safe! I don't want no squiggers stomping our boys! Your skull's going right on top of me pointy stick! That's an honor, that is!
Boy! Gorguts' big banner just got himself stomped! Nah, we'll stomp all the Gorguts' boys!
Marines, there's the enemy's camp. Attack!
More humans to kill! Get to it, boys!
It's time for you to meet your misbegotten maker.
I made myself, Yumi, and I'm gonna unmake you! You ain't got me yet! Got me one more surprise for you!
The boss? Who is getting shot up?
Ain't you the master of the obvious? Use explosives!
The what?
The bomb, you git! The bomb! Always have your tunnels dug and ready.
You sure is smart, boss.
Shut it, you git! I got me a whole war to rebuild. Now get me the gork off of this here planet.
As they had on Tartarus, the Blood Ravens cut with surgical precision into the heart of the Orc horde on Cronus. The hardened Space Marines, sent into the depths of the Green Coast, answered the green tide with waves of bolter fire and the faith of true soldiers of the Imperium. The swamps ran red with the blood of orcs as camp after camp fell to the Blood Ravens' purge. That warlord Gorguts managed to escape Cronus weighed heavily on Captain Thule. He surmised, correctly as it turned out, that the Orc would someday return to plague the Imperium again. In an effort to make sure no other Orcs survived, Thule ordered a massive scorched earth campaign, burning hundreds of thousands of square kilometers of jungle to purge the Orcs once and for all. Upon arriving on Cronus, General Lucas Alexander became Governor Militant and set about reclaiming the planet for the Imperium. When his enemies launched attacks on his capital, he prepared to repel them with extreme prejudice. Experts in planetary defense, the men of the Imperial Guard were heavily dug in and fortified in Victory Bay. Any attacker would face well-armed and well-supplied soldiers, backed by powerful armored columns and artillery positions. The Guard's only real weakness was its morale. Although most soldiers served honorably, the men of the regiment's 5th Company had proven less than stalwart and were placed under command of Regimental Commissar Anton Gebet in a forward base on the northern shore of the Victoria River. Without Gebet's whip, the company and its base would surely fold. Other companies took position in forward bases in more sensitive areas, ready to drive the enemy off. Still, determined attackers could overrun those positions. Governor Alexander remained confident, however. Indeed, any opponent who made it past his forward positions would find themselves staring down the barrel of the massive Hellstorm cannon of an Imperator Titan.
Fifth Company, this is the moment of truth. You will not fear. You will not falter. You will not give a single step to the enemy.
But sir...
If you will not serve in combat, then you will serve on the firing line.
Enemies of the Imperium, hear me. You have come here to die. The immortal Emperor is with us, and we are invincible. His soldiers will strike you down. His war machines will crush you under their treads. His mighty guns will bring the very sky crashing down upon you. You cannot win. The Emperor has given us his greatest weapon to wield. So make yourselves ready. We are the 1st Cronus Regiment, and today is our victory day.
General Alexander, this is your last chance. We purge this world under the authority of the Chapter Master of the Blood Ravens. Withdraw your men to orbit, and our conflict can still end peacefully.
I have the utmost respect for the Emperor's Space Marines and their millennia of service, Captain Thule.
Fear denies
But my orders
faith.
are explicit
Ever
and come
vigilant.
directly from Segmentum Command. I cannot withdraw.
Then the time for talk is over.
We stand ready.
Sergeant, get me control of those streets!
By the Emperor, you will have it.
Push back the front line, men.
We won't let you down, sir.
I await your instructions.
Taking damage.
Space Marines. Oh, this'll be ugly.
1st Company, hold the enemy back, no matter the cost.
Fire solution plotted.
Now you will see what it means to face the Imperial Guard. Artillery, open fire!
We're under fire!
3rd Company, hold the line! The Emperor demands it!
Look out! Here they come!
Second Mechanized Company, the enemy is at your doorstep! Push them back, damn it! We must disrupt this attack. Tell the Vindicare Temple to eliminate their commander.
One chance is all I need.
It's a tactical withdrawal!
The enemy has knocked out Second Company's fire control system. Our air support is gone.
Taking heavy fire!
The challenge.
Liberators, the enemy has made it to the northern shore.
Redeploy
Redeploy to drive them back.
Brother.
Go, go, go! On my command, fire the Titan cannon. Fire! Begin recharge. I want that gun firing again.
Commissar Gebbet has fallen, General, and your soldiers are in open revolt. Surely you can see the end is at hand.
The blood of the Emperor's servants is on your hands, Space Marine.
Time for payback! My aim shall not falter!
The Titan cannon power grid is under attack. Redirect fire to protect it and initiate repairs.
I will ease the machine's pain.
Just keep it online, Tech Priest.
I am under attack!
Protect those generators, men. The power grid is gone, but the Emperor is still with us. Give them hell, men!
My lord, the enemy is building generators to feed power to the Titan cannon. This will allow them to fire the great gun.
Damnation! Attention, all troops! The enemy has control of the Titan gun. Use extreme caution when passing through the trench.
Under fire!
These Space Marines are gripped by madness, men. They fight against the Emperor's holy will.
I will not be called a traitor, General.
You haven't silenced me yet, Blood Raven.
Under fire!
Command post is gone. We can't hold them back much longer. We can't allow the Titan cannon to fall into their hands. Overload the core.
For the Emperor!
When the Blood Ravens leveled the Governor Militant's palace in Victory Bay, they brought an end to a sad conflict within the Imperium. Both Captain Thule and Governor Alexander were acting under orders of their superiors, and neither could back down when those orders brought them into conflict. Captain Thule and Chaplain Nicholas went so far as to praise the slain governor for his stalwart dedication to his orders. With his death, they arranged for the transport of the surviving guardsmen off-world. Most were sent towards Segmentum Command, with testimonials that they had done their regiment proud. The Blood Ravens were less forgiving to the rebellious guardsmen of the 5th Company. Although these men had shouted their loyalty to the Emperor's Angels of Death upon the death of Commissar Gebbet, the Space Marines showed them no favor. Indeed, these guardsmen had taken up arms against their regiment, and the Blood Ravens judged them traitors to be executed. After many long and bloody battles, the Blood Ravens finally completed their purge of the planet Cronus. The battle barge Litany of Fury remained in close orbit, imposing a strict prohibition on any visits to the world, while the Fifth Company maintained the Castellum Incorruptus in North Vandia. The Imperial Guard Segmentum Command lodged protest for the Blood Ravens' actions, reporting them to the Inquisition. The Blood Ravens successfully defended their actions, convincing their interrogators that General Alexander should have bowed to the Blood Ravens' orders and withdrawn. Nevertheless, the Inquisition kept a watchful eye on the chapter, for the rumors of hoarded relics never fully abated. Likewise, many in the Guard's command structure never forgot the blood shed on Cronus. And indeed, the darkest time in the chapter's history began soon after the war's end.